Hello, hello. Welcome once again to another edition of Quoth Raven, Lewis Bright Raven. I'm your artist for the evening, Lewis Bright Raven, third-year veteran comic illustrator. And this is Brian Rodman's Nebulizer character. I started him on an earlier episode earlier today. If you want to see that, part one is right here at this YouTube. There's also a link to it in the description of this video. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit closer in here. As you guys can see, if you watch from the earlier episode, the grays for the filling in of the suit did come in a lot cleaner. You're not seeing the blue edges I've added in, so I might lighten those up with a lighter blue at a later point in the story. But let's go ahead and get into coloring more of the figure. I just got to figure out which color is what to get the right look. Okay. All right. Thought this was the right one, but I wasn't sure. We should get this one done tonight, and then hopefully we'll also get to another character. The reason I had to stop earlier today, I had planned on going for 4 hours. I went for 3 only. It was mostly because my eyes were just wigging out on me due to my diabetes. I needed to rest them for a little while. Let's see how this looks. It looks a little bit too close to that, so I'm not going to do that. I'll do a different way. This is a warmer gray. Might look a little bit brown when we get it here, but it's enough to make it look a different shade than the rest of this outfit. That's kind of the point. Probably come back on this and do another layer. I don't know if you guys can see the screen well enough. I'm going to go ahead and take that out so maybe you guys can see the figure a little better. I know that the shadows are a little bit weird from my light source, and I apologize for that. Normally, I don't do the live draws this late for that very reason, because of the light sources I have around my drawing space, but I didn't want to wait till tomorrow to get to the next stage. Tip. Now, I'm not sure why Brian colors this the way he does. I'm trying to follow his color scheme as closely as possible. There's going to be some difference, of course, but he has colors orange and white thing going on for his guns, so we will go ahead and stay with the orange and the white motif. Now these areas are his show-through liquid protective fluid. You'd have to ask Brian why he designed it that way. can't say I quite understand it, but again, I think he wanted to just show that you could see that his body was immersed in the fluid, I guess, would make the most logical reason. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Apparently, I did not finish inking this, so we will do that right now. I did not fill the blacks on this for hand for some reason. Thank you for saying that. I would have caught it eventually when I was coloring it, but nevertheless, thank you. That tells you how messed up my eyes were that I didn't notice that earlier. Okay. Appreciate that mention. Let's go ahead and get back into those highlights if we can. Should be able to without too much difficulty. Oh yeah, they're showing up just fine. In fact, I can go back in here now and put the more blue tint into his fluid. That takes care of that. Okay, so that's all touched up on. Let's go ahead and put the light blue up here though. It's the under. close that. If you're watching, feel free to say hello. Okay. Again, I apologize if the shadows in my body are blocking some of the art here. I'm trying not to do that. Let me see if I can do it this way. If that helps more or not. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm kind of putting like little air bubbles in the fluid tank there. But North Free says he's never heard of the Nebulizer. Well, that's from this comic right here, Nebulizer #1. It's about a post-apocalyptic character fighting monster germs with his special fluids of because he's super asthmatic, and his body armor keeps him in this protective fluid he can also shoot out and kill the monsters with. Oops. And there is a link to that book in the description. And he has a healing tank as well with level butyrol and linencypril and other type of protections. It's a pretty cool book for what it is. And the creator himself, Brian, is a heavy asthmatic, and so he's basically building a character around that. And it's fun. I forget how long ago it came out. It's been a while. But you should still be able to get copies at brianrodman.com if you're interested. So just yeah, it's a cool character design. I touched up the little things. I won't say I touched up. I made some changes. I should say, not that anything was wrong with Brian's. I don't know. I wanted to add some extra flair for me, I guess. So I added the belt and I added the little tunic type cover over his front chest to make it a little more me, I guess you could say. But it just felt like it needed it to me when I drew it. So hopefully Brian doesn't mind too much. So did you see anything at the Alterna auction that I know you said you weren't going to buy anything because you just moved north, but maybe you saw something that piqued your interest anyway. What is that? This is a lemon yellow to give it a little more of a green tint that I want. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Was that over on? Oh shoot. Peter's channel, or did he have? Does he as Alterna have a separate? Because I don't normally. I used to read the Alterna stuff back when they were coming out through comic stores, but once they stopped, I kind of lost my following with them. Not sure why. I think part of it was there's only like one or two at a time that I really like of the books, and so it's like they want you to buy a bunch of them that are. I'm not sold on that one. I just want this one. I don't know. That doesn't mean Alterna doesn't do good books. It's just I can't buy everything, and I don't like everything. So. Oops, wrong side. That looks pretty good for that. Okay. Of course, it'll be bad as long as that. I don't remember if Blood Realm was the one that I was reading last before they stopped going through
Diamond or not.
I thought Mighty Mascots was
no longer with them, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I liked
Adam Wreck when they first came out. Trying to think. I think there was another one called Exilium.
I'd have to go through their catalog. And even so, I mean, even if there's stuff that I didn't buy, I mean, I thought there was stuff that, even though I didn't buy it, I thought it was okay. You know, I certainly wasn't going to badmouth them. I always felt like a lot of their stuff at the top of their game, you know, had a nice 70s, early 80s feel to it. If nothing else, you know. So I was always quite of the mindset that if, you know, that's what you were looking for, was that kind of a feel, even if it didn't feature your corporate superheroes, would be potentially up the interest of, you know, the jaded fan who's tired of bad comics, shall we say. You know, I think it's kind of funny. A lot of these guys are doing this huzzah, because apparently Jeff Johns has returned to DC and they're getting rid of all these newer characters and we're going back to the way it was. And I'm like, yeah, going back is kind of the problem. You're just repeating what you've already done. So, but if they can do it right, no, I don't think they're going to do it right. So I'm going to love watching these fools first start praising and then start complaining, because that's what's probably going to happen. Okay, I think that looks good for that. We're keeping pretty close to the same color tones throughout, much as I can. Awesome. Hope you enjoy it. I know, you know, I liked it for what it was. I'm not going to say it's the absolute best comic ever or anything like that, but it was enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Brian thanks you. Okay. Now here comes the fun part. What are we going to do with this? Okay. Okay. Let's see, we can. They've been rebooting ever since the first Crisis. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they've been rebooting really every 5 to 7 years since 1985, and then probably in the last 10 or 12 years, it's been every 3 years, I think. But if that. But it's. The main reason they reboot is because the audience wants their childhood back. That's all I can tell you. And I'm just kind of like, we got to move on. We got to move forward with the characters. And if that means there's no more Bruce Wayne or no more Clark Kent because we've killed them off and we're replacing them with new ones, okay. But I don't like the new ones. Then it's time for you to stop reading that and go find something else to read. Let someone else enjoy the new characters. But that's, I know that sounds kind of weird, I guess, but We're almost done with the coloring of this. I'm going to add a little bit of a background to this, but I'm trying to figure out what color I want to make the tunic to fit what's going on here. I don't want it to like stand out too much. I need to put a little more tone here as well. There we go. That's probably too dark. Let me look. Oh yeah, that's way too dark.
Thought it was.
Maybe that one will work. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. It kind of has a bluish green hue to it, and it also kind of feels like it could be the remnants of a hospital gown or something, which would be kind of cool to have over your. It's got that kind of color to it. It gives them enough to be seen, but also I'm filling. There we go. I might throw a little blue over that as well. Let's see here. Yeah, that'll probably be a good idea here. Yeah, that works. That blue darkens it just enough so that it's not, it separates the tubing here from the tunic, so we'll go ahead and do that. And just keep the green as a nice undertone. So now that you've moved to wherever you've moved to north, how did you like the new duds? The new home, as it were. I know a lot of people who moved to a new location and end up not liking where they like the area, but they don't like where they're at, as far as their home goes, for whatever reason. Maybe maybe they're renting and they got bad neighbors, or tweakers, I think they're called. The homeless that show up, and the ones that aren't rented out or whatever. So I hear it all the time from a few of my friends, particularly in the Northwest U.S. So maybe they're getting all the ones that are sent from Mexico. They're crossing the border illegally. I don't know. That was something funny. I was having dinner last night out before I got home to do the Appleseed podcast, and for some reason the restaurant had Fox News on, and I don't watch Fox News as a general rule of thumb, but they had this huge storyline going on about how Biden's opened the entire southern border of the U.S. and there's all these illegal immigrants coming in, and I'm like, what the heck is all this? I didn't hear this on any other newscast. It's like kind of weird, but I'm not saying it's not true. I mean, it just seems like it's something that's always going on, and has been going on forever, where they get lots of people every day crossing the border illegally. So it's like, I don't see why it's a Biden opened the gates of, but I don't know. It's Fox News, I guess. They're kind of a Trump heavy type station to begin with, but weird. Okay. I think that takes care of that. Now, in the story, he's kind of out in Iceland type background, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a little bit of that in here behind him. Blue pencil. Just so it doesn't have an empty background, so to speak. Now I did. Now that logo that you see there was done. I think you can tell it was done freehand, but I tried to do it as close to the logo from the book as possible. And you will get to see a little bit more closer up on all this shortly. I'm just doing a little more touch up here and there. You can see that a little bit better. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that's that there. That's those. Okay, a little bit of Oh dear, it's apartment building made for college and university students. Kegger! Kegger! Well, I think that'll do for that. I don't. Let me see here. That's that one. Where's the lighter one? I know I had it. Where did I put it? I don't see where it went. Okay. Right there. There. Oh well. I'm just going to have to figure out something else then. That's okay. I'm always having to find other solutions. Okay. Alrighty, I think that we're mostly done with this one. I guess I could put a little blue in here. If you got lag on your unlimited internet, it's probably because everybody and their cousin's using it. They're in your building. So even though it's free, you might experience those issues. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Now it feels more finished. Maybe I should do that here too. Just put a little bit more. Color in there. You can feel more ice colored there. Okay. All right. I think we're done with that. Let's go ahead and thank you. 11 p.m. curfew, which means keep it down. Okay. Well, I know if they do a frame there, it's probably going to cut put the logo too low. So I don't want to sign down there. I'm going to sign about his leg here, I think. That way, if it gets framed, it shouldn't get cut out. Okay, let's take a quick closer look to this. Hopefully I did the character justice. All you Rodman fans out there, let me know what you think. I know Brian's told you to check the page out, so hopefully you like what you see. Okay, our next character is going to be the guy on the right. That's MARTIAN Jones from the Gladstone School for World Conquerors. Now with this one, I'm trying to get a little more closer to Armand's chibi anime type style that he does, rather than my own. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out here. This is Gladstone School for World Conquerors from Mark Andrew Smith. It's been around for quite a while. They've had 3 hardcover trade paperbacks, and they did a Martian Jones one-shot, which I actually did a poster for their campaign, as well as there's actually a double feature. It was Martian Jones and the Skull Brothers, and then they had Ghost Girl and Mummy Girl. Unfortunately, I don't have copies of those, but I do have another set of, or not another set, but another title from that universe that they did a one-shot of Kid Nefarious, which is this book. Kid Nefarious, of course, is the one with the red suit and a K scarf. The female with the sword is called Libitina, and I'll actually be drawing both of them hopefully sometime tonight or tomorrow. And what you can do with those is I've got 3 copies of that book left, and what I can do is sell the book plus the sketch to go with it. That is the plan.
But the Gladstones, yeah, the Gladstones link should be in the description for the video, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there is the newest one is called Gladstone's Revenge, and the Kickstarter campaign is in the description of the video down there. So you can always go check that out. The new one is a story where the founder of the school, we learned that the founder of the school was trapped by the current headmaster in the statue of himself, and he gets freed by one of the students, and they try to plot revenge against the headmaster. And the question is, will the rest of the kids protect their headmaster or side with the original founder of the school, or what? And that is written by David Michelinie, of Iron Man fame, of course, co-creator or creator of Venom. He calls himself the creator, I guess, whatever. I'm just not a fan of the character, so it doesn't matter to me, but it matters a lot to David, so I always have to make mention of that. I think the reason he makes such a deal about it is because McFarlane always wants to take credit for the success of it, and I'm not even sure McFarlane was the first one to draw him, but I'd have to look into that, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I think I've got that pretty tight now. Go ahead and get into the inks. Mark's probably asleep right now. Mark Andrew Smith. He's over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, teaching, because that's what they pay him to do. It's pretty sad when they pay you more to go overseas and teach foreigners to speak English than they do to teach English to our own people, but that is the truth, unfortunately. And that's why he's over there. Because I forget how many hours over. I think it's something like 4 a.m. his time.
There we go. That should be that. Let's do it that way. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm telling myself to block in this area with black, because that's what it's going to be. And then I got to get a, since I don't have a circle template nearby, I couldn't find mine. I'll just have to do it with a near circle oval. Take care of that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into inking. Using a 1.0 millimeter fine line pen. One of the benefits of working this size is I don't have to lock the paper onto the board, so I can move it around a little more easily and have more flexibility. Hopefully, if I can get the new whiteboard that I want, it has LED lights, so it'll be lighting up underneath the board, so I won't have to have the backlight over me at my shoulder. You guys can see what I'm drawing. The other way would be like watching a person draw digitally, only I'll be drawing freehand on actual paper. That's what I want to do, but I have to get the device, and I haven't had the money yet, so. So what else is going on these days? It's 10:20. I'm assuming that the majority of the college football is ended for the day, or the week, as it were. For all I know, they keep playing on Sunday. I don't really watch it like I used to. I know that Presty's not happy with Nebraska. That's about all I know. I don't even know what my own school's been doing. My own alma mater. I know they haven't been doing well, but that's about it. Of course, when you play out of your league, you're probably not going to do well. I forget who they played, but they were definitely out of their league.
Lighting beneath the board, cool. How much does a board like that cost? Between 80 and 220, depending on the size and model you get, I believe. Hold on a moment. Okay, this one's a sold out version. I don't know if it will show you, but what we'll do is here, so we're gonna stop showing that for a moment and share a different screen. Can you see it? That's the size of the board, and it's got LED lights underneath. I'll see if I can make it. There's the power button. It goes lighter to brighter. Of course, this one's sold out. I'm gonna have to get it, go to a different place to get it, but it's pretty large. It's 25 inches diagonal space. Actually, it's 29 diagonal, 29 and a quarter. It's 16 and 9/16, which is almost 17 inches down by almost 24 inches, say 23 and a half inches across. That gives me more than enough space to do a full comic book page on it. So I can do full comic pages on that screen, which I could do on this, but I'd have to lock it down and not be able to move it around. On this thing, I should be able to move it around comfortably while still holding it in my lap and be able to work relatively well. And this, of course, was $79.79. And of course, it says sold out, but there are other places to get them. So that's where I would. That's what I'm trying to get, is that sort of thing. Okay. So now you know. But there are ones that are more expensive than that, of course. So. The other possibility I might get is a replacement for what I already have, but I don't like using it because that's going to have to stay on my drawing table, which gives me that same problem I was talking about on the last episode earlier today about the cam replacement. So I don't know yet how we're going to resolve it, but we will resolve this so that I get it so I can draw regularly on the program. That's part of why season 5 hasn't started. I've been trying to figure out how to get all that done, as well as get the
opening sequence finished for the new season. Okay. I'm also being told that I should probably have my shirts ready for the new season too, so we'll see. It makes sense. You know, it's getting near that time for folks to buy stuff for holidays, and so I should probably get those ready so that you guys can buy them for Christmas presents or Hanukkah presents or whatever it is you celebrate. Winter solstice. Whoops, sorry about that. That is one thing about not being able to hold it in place too. It slides around and I lose it that way, but hopefully I'm not blocking your view of this too much. I don't need the fan to blow then. Okay, where's that template? Okay, my brush pen's running a little low. If that's okay, I can still get the base in here. Maybe squeeze back into it. Feels pretty dry though. There's some. Mm. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen again. See if you remember what the character looks like. Actually help remind myself of the color scheme of the character. And no, I haven't forgotten a certain detail. Someone just asked me. Though it's a fair question to ask. I'll be. If you want me to go ahead and make sure it's there, I will put it there for you. We're gonna do it right, right? Okay. Oh, where is he? Ah, I think this is it. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what this. Oh, for starter base. One of the reasons I picked Martian Jones to do next after Nebulizer was the colors, since they had similar green. And so I have to scramble looking for more marker. Let me think about that. Whoops, don't want that side. Let's see here. I like this color. Kind of do like it. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Then I can come back in with that other gray here and give some more shadow. That's closer to where we wanted. Yeah, that works. Okay. Yep, it is. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. I was just checking to make sure I had the color scheme right. I have to say that they do make them very colorful characters. I don't know. I don't like that orange. That's not there. It's not there. Do I have it in here? I do. Yay! I think this is the right one. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and put the whole screen here since we're almost done. Let's see it. And there you have it. Quick Martian Jones. Kind of can't really tell. I know his green's a little bit darker than mine. It's a bit different color than that. But I'm going to stick with what I have because he could do his digitally and I was doing it by hand. Let me see if I can find another image of him real quick. Nope, that's all of them. Okay. Oh well, no biggie. I'll go ahead and sign this one. You're waking up. I'm waking up, but I want to see. There he is. I just finished him. Where did I put the pen? I don't know. That's weird. I don't know where I did it. Oh no. I'll find it when I'm after the show. That's how it always works. Ah, I found it. Yeah, that's the right one. Now, of course, you can buy this one with a copy of the Kid Nefarious one shot from me. Yep, he's racing off to a meeting. He has to work because they work on Sundays over there in the odd zone. I am about to, let's see. I think what I'll do is I'll probably get the pencils done for Kid Nefarious next. And then tomorrow I'll do the inks of Kid. That's probably what I'll do. And just in case you want to see how Nebulizer came out, Mark, that's how it came out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the next one, which is the Kid Nefarious character. Give me my pencils. again.
And I'm kind of doing Kid Nefarious in a Spidey pose in a way, but he can be in just about any pose anyway with his power set, so it doesn't really matter. Good evening and goodbye, Mark. Yep. But let's see. Yep. So let's go ahead and. Okay.
Pardon me while I figure out what I'm doing here. Okay. All right. Now, of course, this is drawn by Weldon, not Armand, so it's not exactly the same kind of design. I will do my best to go back to Armand's style here in a minute. I just want to get his scarf figured out here. I'll clean it up when I ink it. Okay, let's go ahead and set that aside for the moment and go back to our thing there so I can remember what I'm looking at because I prefer to go with our minds. I know you guys can't see it as well, but okay, I'm thinking that's that. All right, let's get this tightened up. One thing I will say about these characters is that their costumes are certainly unique looking. They're not basic, obvious riffs of already established characters, which is a good thing. I'm not exactly sure why that is the way that is. Let me check something else real quick here while I'm at it.
what I thought. Okay. Armand doesn't always keep the characters on model. He changes the characters of costumes up quite a bit. So I always try to look at different things to get a sense of what I'm doing. Anyway, in this Kid Nefarious book, kids assigned to pretend to be a superhero instead of a supervillain. He's glad school for World Conquerors is a school for the bad kids, shall we say. And he has to go protect a town from this threat, which turns out to be this, to him, very cute goth girl named Libitina. Only he's not Kid Nefarious. He's under a different identity, so that the town folk don't realize he's who he is. But it's quite an interesting short story. And it was the first one they did outside of this whole group. And I got a bunch of extra copies of that one. So I figured, in the light of Mark and Armand doing Gladstone's Revenge, I'd go ahead and start doing some other characters here. Help promote their product. And this one, I'm kind of doing more of my own style rather than trying to do Armand.
because Armand does these kids really well. He draws them like they're really young, like early to mid-teens, and I'm not good at drawing kids, to be honest. He's got me beat hands down on that one. So I draw them a little bit older looking, like what they might be in the end of their adventures is at the school, maybe. I don't know. Hold on a second, folks. I don't know if you heard my father ask me a question or not. He couldn't hear me sound because I'm not constantly talking. So he thought he wanted to know if I was still up. Yeah, I'm still up. Still drawing. He didn't care for dinner this evening, unfortunately. But that's life. You don't always get what you want in life. Don't we all know that? The only reason he didn't care for dinner tonight was he couldn't eat the beef. It was too large of a pieces for him to chew with his lack of teeth. But, sorry. Didn't, usually I cut them the right size, but today I just had them too big, I guess. Or maybe he just had a bad day. You never know. Okay, that takes care of that. And this up. All right, North, have a good one. And again, we'll finish this up today as far as the pencils. And come back tomorrow afternoon to finish the rest of it. Because I think 2.5 hours is going to be plenty. I know some of you guys want to know what I have for sale too, and I'm gonna probably hold off until tomorrow on that because the stuff I have for sale is gonna be pretty interesting stuff. And since everybody just walked, I better wait until later. Which is fine. Yeah, no worries. Obviously, North wasn't getting anything. He made that clear, and that's fine. Maybe I can get Monster Fan or Pop to show up. They like to buy stuff. I'm kidding. I am and I'm not. They do like to buy stuff. They have supported me in the past, and I always appreciate that. But I don't mean, hey, get them here so they'll buy something from me. That I was kidding about. I'm gonna erase this. Is this a little too thick for my taste? That sometimes happens with this pencil. There we go, that's better. Alrighty. I think I like that better. Looks cleaner. Okay. I'll clean it up again tomorrow. A little bit more. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh, we got a visitor. Let's see if it talks. You got something to say? Hmm? Does our visitor have something to say? Or you just quietly lay down behind me? I don't know where he went. That cat's something else. There he is. There he is. He's at my feet now. Rubbing. Here I am. Here I am. Give me attention. Hey, what you doing down there? 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 Silly cat. I wish I could move the camera so you guys could see what he was up to, but he stopped doing it anyway, so. I'm not happy with that hand at all. No draw. That's a little bit better anyway. Still not happy with it. I may come back to it again and mess with it around some more, but for now it's better. No, it isn't. I probably didn't like it. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm looking at my own hand to draw. Trying to get the angle right. Still not quite right. Let me. Not the thumb the way I want it. Just getting this other part. Okay, now that'll do. That'll do. Sometimes you gotta mess with things a few times over to get it the way you want. And I'm still, I could still mess with it some more, but it's not the best hand I've ever drawn by any means, but it'll do, I think. Okay, there's that. That up. Ready? And we will ink this and color it tomorrow. I'll probably have Libitina penciled as well tomorrow. I don't know if I'll probably just go straight to the inks from her on that one on camera. And we'll see what else I've got tomorrow, okay? Probably around 1 or 2 again in the afternoon, Eastern. And but there's the pencils for him. And hopefully I will do a good enough job that Mark will like that too. Alrighty, folks, that's all for now. I appreciate you, as always, being here. Let me go ahead and stop cam for just a second while I rearrange camera position and shift this over. so we're not blinding you guys with the backlight. Oh, Lord. There you go. You're still getting blinded by the poster because I don't have my other thing up like I usually do. That's why I have the screen that you guys always see back here, is because my ceiling light reflects off the poster. And I don't think you guys want to see that. But for those who wonder why that's always that way normally. And yes, I do have a small mini fridge and a mini microwave up here, but no big deal there. But anyway, tomorrow, 2 p.m., 1 p.m., something like that, we'll be back to finish off that Kid Nefarious. And again, we'll probably do the Libitina drawing as well. I'm going to go ahead and give a quick, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's Libitina, and that's this character right here. Hopefully I will do a good enough job with that. I don't know. I'm going to try. I've never drawn her before. Kid I've drawn before, Martian I've drawn before, but never that one. So, it's interesting when I get to do these. Hope you guys like what you saw today, and we'll see you soon. In the meantime, if you liked what you saw, or you think others might, I'd always appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe, and let other people know about my work so that I can continue to give content to the channel. As always, thank you for watching and for your support. Social media. You can find me on Facebook at Lewis.BrightRaven, at Twitter at LewisBrightRaven2. DeviantArt.com/BrightRaven is where you can find more of my artwork. You've been watching Quoth the Raven, Lewis Bright Raven, exclusively on YouTube. If you have questions, comments, suggestions for other things you want me to draw, something like that, Quoth the Raven LBR72@gmail.com is the place to reach me at. And if I don't get back to you in a day or two, try LewisBrightRaven@yahoo.com. That's all for now. We'll see you tomorrow sometime. So have a great night. And that's all for now.